Bonjour, everyone. Okay, I want you to close your eyes for just a quick second and imagine this. You're sitting in a beautiful little cafe in Paris, or maybe you're just chatting with a brand new French-speaking friend online. They ask you about your plans, and you really want to tell them what you're going to do tonight or what you're going to do this coming weekend. But then, oh no, the panic sets in, right? You suddenly realize you only know how to talk about what you're doing right now, in the present tense. Look, it's one of the most common and frankly, most relatable pain points for French learners. You feel completely stuck in the present. Well, my friends, fear not. This explainer is your ultimate key to unlocking the future. Today, we're going to fix that communication gap once and for all. So here's our agenda for today's explainer. First, welcome to Futur Proche. Second, the golden formula. Third, conjugation and real examples. Fourth, the negation formula. Fifth, a quick interactive quiz. And finally, wrap up and action. Section 1. Welcome to Futur Proche, your bridge to the future. Listen, le futur proche is hands down the absolute easiest French tense for talking about upcoming actions, plans, and near future intentions. The best way to think about it as an English speaker is that it's the direct equivalent to saying going to plus a verb. If you can express your intention with going to in English, like I'm going to watch a movie, or look at those clouds, it's going to rain, you can confidently use the futur proche in French. It's literally used all the time in everyday spoken French. Moving on to Section 2, the golden formula, building the tense. Okay, let's dive into this. There are just two super simple steps to our golden formula. Step 1, you take your subject, that's your I, you, he, she, and you add the present tense of the verb aller, which just means to go. Step 2, you simply attach the infinitive form of your action verb. Now, remember, the infinitive is just the plain, original dictionary form of the verb before you've changed it at all. Words like manger, to eat, finir, to finish, or vendre, to sell. This brilliantly illustrates how French grammar can actually be as logical and straightforward as a basic math equation. Subject plus aller plus infinitive. That is it, the whole shebang. If you know your present tense of the verb aller, you basically already know 90% of this near future tense. All right, Section 3, conjugation and real examples. Seeing it in action. Now, what's really interesting here is how we plug real words into our golden formula. Let's walk through the present tense conjugation of aller step by step, right alongside the infinitive partir, which means to leave. Just repeat after me in your head. Je vais partir. Tu vas partir. Il, elle, on va partir. Nous allons partir. Vous allez partir. Ils, elles vont partir. Did you notice how that second verb, partir, doesn't change at all? It just sits there, perfectly relaxed in its infinitive form. Let's anchor this with some more real-world examples so it really sticks. Je vais marcher. I am going to walk. Nous allons choisir. We are going to choose. And hey, you can even throw a time word in there like bientôt for soon. Je vais bientôt dormir. I am going to sleep soon. It is honestly so empowering to instantly be able to say these kinds of phrases. Now, I do want to gently introduce one tiny little twist here, reflexive verbs. These are those verbs where you do the action to yourself, like resting or washing. In French, to rest is se reposer. Notice how je vais me reposer works. Do you see what happened there? The reflexive pronoun, me, changes to match the subject je, and it gets perfectly sandwiched right between the conjugated aller verb and the infinitive verb. Je vais me reposer. It just sits right there in the middle. Let's move to Section 4 and see how this builds. The negation formula, the grammar hug. So how do we say we are not going to do something? Well, to make your sentence negative, you use those classic French negative pieces, ne and pas. Step 1, you add ne or an apostrophe if there's a vowel right before the conjugated verb aller. Step 2, you add pas directly after the verb aller. The way I really want you to picture this is that the negation ne and pas tightly hugs only the conjugated verb. It gives aller a big ol' bear hug and completely ignores the infinitive verb sitting at the end. Let's look at this side by side to really reinforce exactly where the ne and pas land. For an affirmative sentence, we have je vais me reposer. Now check out the negative. Je ne vais pas me reposer. See how ne and pas are locked directly around vais? The mot reposer part stays completely outside of that negative hug. All right, Section 5, quick interactive quiz. Test your knowledge. Okay, it's time to break the fourth wall here. I've done a ton of talking, but now it's your turn. I'm challenging you to a mini quiz right now to prove you've mastered this concept. Get ready to think in French. Apply the golden formula we just learned. How do you say I am going to leave using the verb partir? Think about your subject, think about the present tense of aller, and then add that infinitive. I'll give you a second.
Got it? The correct answer is je vais partir. You take je, you conjugate aller into vais, and you just stick partir right on the end. Je vais partir. If you got that, congratulations, you're already speaking in the future.
Okay, next question. Let's test out that grammar hug rule. You have the sentence il va venir, meaning he is going to come. How do you make that negative to say he is not going to come? Where exactly do the ne and pas go? And the answer is il ne va pas venir. The ne and pas exclusively hug the conjugated verb va. The infinitive venir stays safely outside the hug. Fantastic job if you nailed that one. Section 6. Wrap up and action. Your turn. I want you to take a quick second to appreciate the massive leap in communication power you've just achieved in this explainer today. You are no longer stuck in the present. You can talk about your weekend, your next vacation, your evening plans, all by just using a subject, the verb aller, and a dictionary verb. It is an absolute game changer for your conversational French. So I'm going to leave you with this final provocative question. What is one thing you are going to do today? I want you to actively practice this new skill right now. Drop a French sentence in the comments below using le futur proche. Tell me, je vais manger, je vais lire, je vais étudier, whatever it is. Apply the formula, take that big step into the future, and I will see you in the next explainer. À bientôt!